It's hard to soar with the eagles when you're surrounded by turkeys. I kind of feel like an idiot sometimes. Although I am an idiot, so it kinda works out. I'm a big fan of money. I like it, I use it, I have a little. I keep it in a jar on top of my refrigerator. I'd like to put more in that jar. That's where you come in. Chemistry can be a good and bad thing. Chemistry is good when you make love with it. Chemistry is bad when you make crack with it. I finished a big book the other day. 421 pages. That's a lot of coloring when you think about it. I know I want to always do the best I can. My hobbies are run-on sentences. I drew the duck blue because I've never seen a blue duck before, and, to be honest with you, I wanted to see a blue duck. My name is Adam Sandler. I'm not particularly talented. I'm not particularly good-looking. And yet I'm a multimillionaire. I was raised by a mother who told me I was great every day of my life. I'm getting older, and it happens. You don't care as much. I don't care about too much anymore. I've got to think about that a little bit. I choose to ignore hell in my life. When I was a little kid, I asked my dad, "Am I going to go to hell?" because I'd heard about hell. And he said, "Nothing you're gonna do will get you into hell." And so I got to ignore it. The only reason I got into stand-up was because my brother told me to. I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I was 17 and my brother went to a comedy club and he said, "You can do that. It's important I surround myself with people who make me happy." Back to school to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool. I never had a speech from my father, "This is what you must do or shouldn't do," but I just learned to be led by example. My father wasn't perfect. 6th grade was a big time, in my childhood, of hoops and friendship, and coming up with funny things. I have a love in my life. It makes me stronger than anything you can imagine. Some of us will never ever find true love. Take, for instance, me. And I'm pretty sure that guy right there. And that lady with the sideburns. And basically everybody at table 9. Now that I'm a parent, I understand why my father was in a bad mood a lot. Bedtime stories were definitely a big part of my life because I was just so excited my father was talking to me. I mean, I look at my dad. He was 20 when he started having a family, and he was always the coolest dad. He did everything for his kids, and he never made us feel like he was pressured. I know that it must be a great feeling to be a guy like that. Girls are soft and pretty. In one day, I have times where I'm feeling great, I feel like I love my life, and then 2:30 rolls around and I'm the angriest man alive. My wife sees it. I grew up cursing a lot. It felt natural. My parents told me to stop. I wanted to make sure that I did one movie in my career that mothers hug me for. I'm not making every decision due to my children. But I do hope they never see some movies I'm doing. But I do want to do more family-friendly movies. The toughest part is that when your kid's upset, you're upset. You're rocked until they're not upset. Even when they're not upset, you're like, I hope that doesn't happen, down the line. You're always nervous because you want your kid to be happy.